Hi. Welcome after such a long time. I don't even know, is this working? I had a little bit of sound troubles, but I don't even know what was the problem. Probably just wrongly inserted cable or something. Anyway, so this class is called Revive. And I failed to market it, so yeah. I don't think there will be anyone live actually watching this. maybe one person. But I'm always grateful for those that join later. And it's called Revive because we are going to be a little bit more or output more energy at the beginning, and then later we will try to actually restore and go a little bit slower. That's how I feel today after 2 weeks, or yeah, I didn't stream for 2 weeks classes, and I'm teaching, so not too much. There are not many classes happening. I should start teaching maybe on Instagram, because you have to teach, because then you go somehow out of the flow. Every time I teach on Tuesday after a weekend of not teaching and a Monday of not teaching, I'm like, oh, what are the words? How do I actually pronounce things? Okay. So we will start already in a little bit more kind of restorative class. I think I had a hairband somewhere, but I can't find it. Actually, maybe I didn't even have it ready. So we'll start lying already in Shavasana. And I'm not going to do it, but I encourage you to lie down. Since I can't see you, hopefully you are in a room alone and you're feeling very comfortable. It's always important to be in a safe space when you're practicing. So finding your time, telling everyone, especially at home, it can be really awkward, but you just have to tell everyone with whom you live that you're going to practice, and that then you should not disturb you for this next 55 minutes at least. And yeah, that's how you create safe space. Or put it into calendar. That's what I do, so I don't have to communicate in person, because that's hard sometimes. Once you are lying on your back, make sure that you are fixing or shifting your shoulder blades down towards your hips, so they're not in the way. You can also slide them a little bit closer towards each other. Then again, if you're feeling safe, you can close your eyes. Let your hands and legs feel heavy. And allow your skin to smooth out, to become more soft. And eventually your breath, the same. So softness and release in your breath. And you can start noticing how your lungs and your ribs especially move, maybe even your belly. So your whole surface of your upper body moves with your breath. And then even feeling how your breath pushes certain parts of your body down towards the ground. And then try to make your breath a little bit longer. So allowing your next inhale to become more deep, or deeper. And as you exhale, let everything to relax even more. Especially focusing on your face. Inhaling grow a tiny bit up in your chest, in your belly, and then exhale. Make the air go very slowly through your throat, through your nose, out, filling the room. Go for 3 more breaths like that. Last breath. Go even deeper. Start slowly, make your way back to your consciousness. And exhale, again release and relax. With your next inhale, start moving your hands, your fingers, your wrists. You can roll your head to the right side with your chin coming towards your shoulder and then to the left. And then move your toes, your ankles. You can take a stretch with your hands above the head, even interlacing the fingers, placing the palms away from you. And then bring the knees towards your chest and roll to the side and use your hands to help you to find a seat. So either cross-legged or sitting on your heels, whichever is more comfortable for you. And make sure that your seat is as much comfortable that you can have really long spine. So trying to find that spine long. Sometimes we need to sit on top of something, so you can use blocks or a bolster underneath your sitting bones or underneath your butt, and that will help you to tilt your pelvis slightly forward to find that slight lordosis in your low back, so that inwards curvature. But at the same time, keep your ribs in to support the low back and allowing your whole core to engage, but more on the deeper level. So it's not like trying to make it super strong, but just on a supporting in a supporting way. And then relax your shoulders, palms placing on the thighs or on your knees, and then try to make yourself a little bit longer, so growing through the top of your head. We will close the eyes again. Exhale everything all the way, emptying your lungs, and then inhale through your nose in, broadening your belly, your side ribs, even your back side. And then open your mouth, exhale. And one more time, inhale through your nose. And exhale through the mouth. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Reach your arms up, and again we'll interlace the fingers, turning the palms away and stretching all the way up. Trying to first bring the chest out and forward, and then exhaling, trying to bring those ribs in as much as possible at the same time as you're stretching up. Inhale there, and exhale, release. So we'll twist from here. Place the fingertips or your palms onto your shoulders. Find a long spine. Inhale. And exhale, we'll twist to the right side. So trying to, as if your fingers were leading your shoulders into the twist. And then just seeing how much you can go into the twist. How does it affect your breathing, your breath? Try to keep your spine long, inhaling. And then exhaling, twist also your chin towards your right shoulder. And you can release your right fingertips behind you. Your left hand comes from the outside of your right knee. And then use your hands to twist you just a slightly bit more. Opening your right collarbone space. Releasing the shoulders down. Even pushing the shoulder blades down. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, come forward. And then exhale again, fingertips to your shoulders, twisting towards the left side. This should feel good to go to that other direction, but also a little bit weird because you're trying to go again from nothing into an active twist, which you rarely do. If you want to apply this, you can, if you're driving a car and you are backing, this is a nice thing to do. Instead of just twisting and using just your neck, trying to go with your whole chest into that twist. Inhale here. Chin is slightly going towards your chin. And then exhale, use your hands also. Left fingertips behind you. Even turn the left fingertips in the twist to the left. Use your right hand to twist you, pressing onto that knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come forward and release. We'll come into a tabletop. So palms on the mat, right underneath the shoulders, spreading your fingers wide, even turning your index fingers facing forwards. Today I had like an interesting conversation with my friend and the yoga teacher, and she was like, shouldn't the fingers face forward in an arm balance? I was like, why? Why do you, like, I would say internal rotation is not going to help you in any way, but going outwards, of course you want some fingers forward to like use them, especially in arm balance, but otherwise index finger forward, it's not such a huge amount of turning out. And sometimes it's good also to look at your wrists and notice how the wrinkles are like pointing, or how like the two bones that you have on top of your wrist, on your forearm, are they like creating one line? And if you place the middle finger from facing forward, well, I'm actually it looks really nice and straight, but sometimes you see that the wrist look a little bit turned inwards. Okay, we will step the right and then the left foot back, taking the toes into the mat. So going into a plank pose. And here, we'll stay for a little bit. You have two options. You can move here forward, backwards. You can release the knees eventually down onto the mat. But I want you to keep pressing from your palms, rounding your upper back slightly, bringing the face away from the mat, squeezing the belly. So belly pulls in, ribs pulls in, lower ribs squeezing your belly or your butt rather. And then imagine you want to squeeze your legs towards each other at the same time. And then trying to grab the mat with your fingertips. So redirecting the weight away from your wrist towards your fingers. Keeping your breath in. Trying to find a little bit more space in your neck. If you feel your shoulders hunched up, you try to push them down towards your hips. Hold there for 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Press your hips up. Use your core. And then you can rearrange your feet if your down dog is a little bit smaller in between your palms and your feet. Or you can stay where you were with your feet. And you can bend one knee and then the other. You can shake your head to release any tension in your neck. And then if you have a dog or if you saw a dog stretching at some point, try to do the same thing. So bending the knees. Use your fingertips again. So there is at least only 50% of the weight on your wrist and 50% on your fingers and on your inside knuckles. And then you want to try to press away from your front paws, from your hands. And you want to push the sitting bones higher, almost like going for a back bend. You can look forward, since dogs are doing that actually. Inhale and exhale, knees on the mat. Okay, rearrange again so your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You can tuck your toes if you like for a little bit more toes flexibility, mobility. Inhale for your cow tilt. Again, like a nice stretch, almost like in that down dog. Maybe this is actually deeper. Back bend, and then exhale, round to your cat pose. Squeeze your belly in, inhale, open, shoulder blades slide back, and together, looking up, maybe even, and exhale, round. Press from your hands, from your toes, maybe even to, again, redirect the pressure away from your knees. Now inhale, come to neutral spine, walk the fingers forward. So you can lift your wrist, especially if you have this carrying angle in your elbows. So your elbows are not really straight when they are straight. Then it's good to come onto your fingertips. Also, if you want to go for a deeper stretch in your shoulders. So if you don't feel shoulders stretching in your puppy dog pose, then definitely come higher with your wrists. Then you can either release your forehead down on the mat, keeping an external rotation in your upper arms. So trying to bring your arms or your elbow armpits facing up and your elbows down, and even as if your elbows wanted to look at each other. So you're turning your upper arm towards each other and away externally, but doesn't have to affect your wrist and your palms. It's just the upper arm that turns, as if you wanted to hide your armpit. That's a very nice example, because this is telling you that you are keeping your shoulders safe. You're hiding them. You're hiding those armpits. And then eventually, if you don't feel much here, you can bring yourself onto your chin, so looking forward, and then imagine you want to push from your chest down towards the ground, keeping your belly engaged in towards your low back, and then you're trying to stretch from your hands forward, keeping that external rotation and going all the way through your shoulders, through your upper back, engaging, pressing down towards your hips, or up towards your hips in this case. Inhale there, exhale. Now you will press from your palms, squeezing your belly, rounding, maybe going from your hips, so pointing your sitting bones down. That will unpeel you away from the mat, and walk the palms back. Inhale into your cow, tilting your spine, or tilting your hips forward, opening your collarbones, and exhale, countering it with a rounded spine. Good. Plank pose again, this time on the forearms. So placing the forearms, the elbows right underneath your shoulders, maybe even closer. Palms can come together, or whatever variation of your hands you like. Even crossing your fingers is nice. I like that, because with that I can press more with my elbows in towards each other. And then slide one, or step one foot, and then the second back behind you. And I actually have sore core from holding the plank yesterday for a little bit longer. So I realized that it actually is a good core workout. I never knew. Who would say that? Who would tell that? Like everyone, every fitness person will tell you planks are great for your core, and you will not know until you try. Hold one for a little bit longer. So squeeze your core in, because otherwise it can be held in a very inactive way. But then also press from your shoulders, but create more space at your neck, taking your chin in slightly. And we'll hold it for, let's say, 15 more seconds. So from now, only 10 seconds. Only 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, carefully release the hips down, untucking the toes, and then come into your Sphinx pose. That should feel really nice. Turning your knees facing down, untucking the toes, so even making them pointing, so the toes come towards the bottom of your feet, and then press from the top of the feet down, into the mat, so your kneecaps will lift. Imagine you want to squeeze the legs towards each other, engaging from your inner thighs. Squeeze your belly in, and then use your glutes to press your pubic bone down at the same time. Trying to bring your belly away even more, and then open your collarbones as if someone was pushing from your shoulder blades or into your shoulder blades forward. Long neck again. Inhale. If you want to go further, you can maybe lift your elbows a little bit more. Depends on your abilities in back bend. This might feel good, or this might feel uncomfortable in your low back. So in that case, lower down. Inhale. Imagine you want to slide the palms back. And then exhale. Release. Bring the fingertips from the sides of your shoulders, just few centimeters, like 30 centimeters. I don't know how many inches is that, maybe 10. Bring the belly in. Again, legs are active and strong. Shoulders roll down. Inhale. This time we will use your fingertips, or actually you were using your hands before. So you'll use your fingertips to bring yourself up, but again, your backside is active. Your butt, your upper back muscles, your belly though too. You're trying to turn or push the chest forward. Inhale. Exhale down. Go for 2 more. Inhale. Come up. Exhale down. 1 last. Inhale and exhale. Press. Release down. Bring the palms near your floating ribs. Stack your toes in. Roll the shoulders back. And we will try to keep the belly in and squeezing the glutes at the same time as we lift into through chaturanga into plank, or through knees down. So you can choose knees down or not, into your chaturanga, into your plank, and eventually lifting the knees, and then back with your hips into your downward facing dog. Inhale in your down dog. Exhale, hide your ribs in, sitting bones a little bit higher. And then walk your feet forward, coming super high onto your tippy toes. So walking, maybe smaller, maybe bigger steps, whatever might feel good for you right now. Trying to walk all the way forward, even in between the palms, maybe even forward more than your palms. Inhale, halfway lift, feet as wide as your hips. Make your spine straight, and exhale, folding, squeezing your belly towards your thighs. Inhale 1 more time. Lift. And exhale. And then bend the knees, squeeze the belly, round your spine. Allow your head to just keep hanging, your hands hanging as you roll your spine up into a standing pose. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then back and down. 1 more time. Even going forward, the shoulders up, back and down. Shake your hands and your legs. Good. Inhale, we'll reach the arms up. Stretching, slight back bend, sending the hips back. Exhale, belly to your thighs. You can microbend your knees while you fold, lifting your hips up. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, step the right leg back. Right knee onto the ground. Inhale, reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana, or low lunge. And exhale, palms down. Step your right foot, left foot back next to the right foot. Inhale in your plank, squeeze your belly, your glutes, and exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga if that's in your practice. Inhale, lift into your upward facing dog, pressing strongly from your hands. Strong legs, opening collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog, chin to your chest, round the spine first before you transfer. Inhale in your down dog. Exhale, maybe even through the mouth, maybe shaking your head to relax your neck. Inhale, right leg will lift up slowly with your right knee straight, super straight. And then bend the knee. and open the hips. But as you bend it, don't just do it in a lazy way. So you really want to squeeze that heel towards your hips as you lift that knee super high without opening your right shoulder. So squaring your shoulders facing down, external rotation in your upper arms, right knee super high. Inhale there. And then exhaling, bringing the knee to your chest, lifting your left heel. Rounding the spine, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, one-legged down dog, this time without opening the hips. Reach your right leg up, and exhale, knee to your chest. Take a crawl, shoulders over the wrists. Then flex the foot, press super high, look in between your wrists, and try to step the foot as close to your right palm, thumb as possible. Left knee down into the ground. Reach your arms up, low lunge. And exhale, fingertips forward. And now you will do your best attempt to step forward without too much momentum. So you want to start transferring your weight. I like to walk my fingertips even closer to the front. I like to even go and roll over onto the top of the left foot until I feel like a lot of weight, a lot of strength in my right leg. Even sliding the back foot a little bit closer, just trying to bring it closer until I can step with control with my left foot next to the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine looking forward. If that helps you, exhale, fold. Thighs to your belly, belly to your thighs. And then roll up, bend the knees. Reach your arms at the end. Slide back bend if you like that kind of things. Exhale, palms to your chest. Good. Feet as wide as your hips again. We'll bend them, but instead of sending the knees forward, you try to send the hips backwards as we go into the chair pose. So really consciously going back as if you wanted to sit on something. And then bring your ribs in, but at the same time, you want to look forward. So without leaning too much, you want to lift your upper body away as you shift your weight back, keeping some contact on the front of your feet with the mat, and at the same time using your glutes to support you as you sit a little bit lower. And if you like, you can reach your arms up, but this will actually, reaching the arms forward will help you to find that like counterbalance. But what I want you to do is to also train on reaching the arms up, because this, if you are doing it properly, will not just make your shoulders stronger, but it will release, like it will open your front side. And this is where we hold a lot of tension. And it's super hard. It's just your arm's weight. And it's so hard to try to, with elbows straight, to bring the arms back. Or maybe for you it's easy, I don't know. I don't know you. Inhale, come up, straight legs. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, palms to your chest. Such a simple exercise, like that plank, triples. This time we will come onto the heels, or onto the toes rather, to the soles of the feet. Not soles, is it soles? Soles is the whole bottom. What is the front part called? I don't know. Anyway, heels up. So this is different. Notice the differences, acknowledge them. The knees will go forward this time as you bring your hips lower, and they will stay stacked over or on top of your heels. And again, arms up. Now you don't need to lean forward, but you still want to use your glutes. So it's not just your quadriceps that are working here. And then keeping your ribs in, I said that already, bring your arms a little bit more back, and you want to push them away from the arm socket as you externally rotate your triceps towards your face, hiding your armpits. Sit a little bit lower. Keep your inner thighs engaged so your knees are facing forward all the time. And then sit even lower, maybe all the way down. If you are there, don't make a pause. Come higher, and then come up for 5, 4, 3, halfway there. 2, don't lose the heels down. 1, extend your knees, squeeze your glutes. And then exhaling, release your knees or your heels down in your arms beside your body. Shake your legs, shake your arms, big inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. And side out. Okay. Second side on that sun salutation variation. So we'll reach the arms up, slight back bend. Exhale. You can bring the palms to your heart or going with the arms to the sides as you swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Elongating your spine. Exhale, palms down, stepping the left foot all the way back. Super far, even sliding in a little bit further away. Knee slightly taps on the ground, not too much pressure there. Reach your arms up and go for a slight back bend, but trying to go with your belly away, bending the elbows through the sides, 90 degrees like cactus. One more time, reach your arms up, belly away. You can come higher with your hips, then make fists, and then try to bring the belly away. As you bring your hips lower, bending the elbows. Maybe even looking up, just reaches up. Release the fingertips down, framing your right foot. Flex your right heel, inhale here, longer spine. Reaching the chest forward, exhale, hips back over your left knee into your half splits. And stay here. For one breath, you can move your right ankle in little circles. Trying to find more length with every inhale and exhaling. Trying to go a little bit deeper into a fold over your front leg. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, rebend the right knee, walk the hands forward. So we'll step the right foot back, inhaling. Exhaling, Nishya Chin or Chaturanga, reaching the chest down but the face away from the ground. Inhale into your back bend, Cobra or upward facing dog with strong legs. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath there. Resetting, left leg will go up. So you know what's going to happen. First, you want to go slow. You want to keep that knee straight and with the foot reaching far back and up. And then you can bend the knee, but do it with purpose. All the way to your toes. You can flex the heel, you can point your toes, whatever feels good. You can spread the toes on your foot. And then open the knee up. Trying to keep your left shoulder facing down. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to your chest, lift the back heel, round your spine, shoulders over the wrists. Take a curl. Inhale, come back, lift the left leg, but keep squeezing the thighs together this time. Without opening the hips, exhale, knee to your chest, and lean forward. Flex your left heel. Try to kick yourself with your knee, lifting your chest away from the ground. Look in between the wrists, and then try to step the left heel first, and then the front of the foot next to the left thumb, right knee on the ground. Same deal on the right side or on the second side. Reach your arms up and exhale, cactus. Sliding the shoulder blades together and down. Inhale. Swipe the arms up. Come higher with your hips. Press from the front and from the back toes into the mat. Fists in your palms. Belly away from your front thigh as you bend your elbows. Chest wants to go up. Hips wants to go down and forward. Fingertips forward onto the ground. Left foot flexes. Inhale first and then exhale. Hips back over the back knee. Staying here, you can reposition your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, find more length in the spine. Exhale, folding. Belly is active, and you can move your ankle to distract your mind from how does the hamstring on your left leg feels. Good. Inhale, lift a little bit higher, and then exhale, rebending the left knee. Then again the same drill. So I already slided my left foot a little bit closer. That's a little trick also to go more forward with your weight, and then also your upper body needs to start lifting away from the left foot, left leg, because you want to find that strength in your body to move forward. So if you're hanging here, there is no strength. You have to start lifting, transferring forward, so you can step with the right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold, and then stay there. Grab your big toes with your index and middle finger from the inside of your big toe. So doing like a little curl around that big toe, bending the elbows to the sides. And then inhale, lift halfway. You can always bend the knees, just for you to find that length and extension in your spine. You can also bring your elbows straight. And then exhale, you want to bend them to the sides, keeping a connection and some kind of compression in between your low ribs, coming inwards, at the same time pressing into your thighs. And then eventually, if you want to go deeper, your goal is to bring your knees a little bit straighter, but with your quadriceps actively pushing your kneecaps up. And then when you can transfer even the weight more forward over your toes to go even deeper. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, find more length in the spine. And exhale, compression, belly and thighs. Inhale halfway, lift away. And then exhale, bring your hips low. If your heels needs to lift, you can do so, coming into a squat. Okay, we will slowly start transferring, going into that restorative part. So waiting for a little bit in your squat until it's uncomfortable. Although you can find any kind of squat you like. If you like malasana, you like to open the knees and your toes up, you can do that. You can keep your feet parallel. You can rest your arms on your knees like this, like I'm doing. You can even round your spine a little bit. And then just hanging in your squat. This might motivate you to go to the toilet. It does me. Too much information, sorry. Not right now, but it works in that way. And then you can play, if this is too easy for you, you can play with your weight, going more forward. And it's actually, if you spend more time than you're used to in a squat, what you will feel is the muscle that is in the front of your shin, so it's the tibialis anterior, that is actually flexing your foot towards you. Every time I say flex, this is the muscle that does it. And in this case, it actually moves not your foot towards your body, but your whole body towards your foot. And it's an important muscle. When you're walking, it lifts your toes every time. So if you walk and you tend to hit the ground because your foot didn't lift or your toes didn't flex enough, then yeah, it's not strong enough or it's just lazy. And also, squatting is important in general. You want to be able to do it. It's good for a more flexible Achilles, or not Achilles, but the calf muscles. So I don't know about you. I could stay here for a little bit longer, but we'll go further. So bring your feet together, or your heels rather together, at least. But also your feet can go your toes. And then you want to open the knees. And then you want to round forward. So as with that cat pose, you want to round your back and you want to reach forward, forward, forward. Maybe even grabbing something heavy will help you. So trying to go in between your thighs. And then the more weight you bring forward, the lower you can bring your butt. And then try to control it. If this is super impossible for you, you can try adjusting your legs. Maybe this is not the best position for your feet for you. And eventually you can use fingertips behind you, but try to still lean forward and then only use the fingertips for the last part and still do the effort to go slower. We'll bring the feet together. So going for Baddha Konasana. And for beginners, or even for people like me that don't like Baddha Konasana and don't practice it enough, it's easier to bring the feet more away from your groin, from your pubic bone, and you can grab on to the ankles, pressing the feet towards each other to find some kind of engagement, and then finding length in the spine. So the pelvis tilts forward, the chest comes forward, and then you can also use your hands, but also maybe try how low can you go without actually pulling on your legs, and then maybe using your hands only for the last part, and then experimenting, like, although this is supposed to be restorative, try to experiment how much can you go with your muscles before we will go to that part where we will release all the way. For this pose, you can also use something in between the legs. And if you want to go further, this is too easy for you, bringing the feet closer, even all the way towards your groin, is going to be a little bit deeper, or for people that are more flexible. So they feel anything. Then imagine that your knees are heavy. You can use something underneath your head, like a block. You can even bring this block in between your feet. Finding calmer breath and a little bit of release here, especially in your face, in your jaw, and in your hips. Eventually relaxing the whole legs, letting go of any kind of control, any kind of protection that I always say that this is going to protect whatever, so you should be engaging it. So let go of that. Go solely into the passive pose, passive stretch, passive release. I'm finding just a little bit of softness again. Feeling where your body, your tissues are holding you. Where are they tugging on you, on your body parts? So is it maybe in your crotch, maybe it's on your butt? Also feeling what kind of things on your body are pressing into something. So for example, your heels, your ankles, rather, other edge of your foot is pressing. Maybe you feel the heaviness of your hips. Maybe your forehead is pressing into something if you have your head propped. Maybe your elbows. Again, is your face soft? Is it relaxed? Are your eyes maybe even closed? Where does your breath go? Into what part of your torso? And slowly use your hands. You don't even have to open your eyes to come up, pressing your palms into the mat, coming into a seat. So we'll stretch your legs forward very carefully using your hands, and we will lie on the back, almost like Shavasana. Very carefully, as if you were made of something super breakable, laying yourself down, finding a comfortable position here. Maybe opening your arms with your palms facing up, maybe your palms on your belly, on your ribs. Making your head, your whole body heavy and relaxed. And from there, very carefully, again, very silently, start bringing your right and then the left knee towards your chest. You can move your knees a little bit here, away from you, closer to you, a circle, a smaller one, a bigger one. We'll go into a twist. So with the knees staying close to your chest and together, squeezing them even towards each other, opening the arms to the sides, especially the left arm. You can start moving your knees towards the right side, even using your right hand to lead them very, again, slowly to the ground. If they don't reach the ground, you can always put a block, a bolster underneath your knees, or even in between your knees, looking or turning your head towards the left and releasing there in your twist. We'll stay for a little bit longer in the twist. So again, if you like, you can try to go a little bit deeper first using your muscles, but then after 2 breaths, try to relax. So try to let go of the control again. Allowing your muscles to shift, to release, only because of gravity and the weight of your limbs. Having an intention to slow down your breath and release. Three more breaths here on the right side. Trying to allow your cheeks to soften again, your eyes to be closed in a very easy way, as if your eyelids were heavy, pressing onto your eyeballs. And very carefully again, we will move into the middle. The knees coming to your chest. Then we will change the direction. You can spend a little bit time here, but then eventually opening the right arm, and then using even that right arm to press, and then using your core to slowly, even your left elbow, to slowly lower your legs to the other side, and keeping them really close to you, so your spine is not affected by your hip flexors, so keeping the knees close, and then turning your head to the right. And noticing the difference, noticing again where your body pulls, where your muscles are somehow not allowing you to go deeper maybe. First, maybe with a little bit of engagement, even going slightly deeper into the twist that's happening mostly in the upper back, mostly in your thoracic spine. And you can maybe feel it mostly in the middle part of your spine, but lower part of your thoracic spine, where there is the biggest mobility in vertebra to twist. And this is exactly the spot where you feel the tugging at the beginning, and then it goes away after a while, hopefully. What can you change to make your breath longer? And deeper. And what can you change to not allow your effort to affect your face, even though there shouldn't be no effort, but you're still trying to, you are making an effort to make your breath a little bit bigger, especially your exhale going slower. The air leaving your lungs in a slightly slower pace. Staying here for 2 breaths. And then with your next inhale, start bringing your knees towards you, turning your head towards the ceiling, grabbing your knees. So last, a happy baby pose. You can grab either your big toes, again with your middle and index finger, or you can grab the outer edges of your feet. Try to bring your elbows, your arms from the inside of your knees, if possible, and then you want to point your feet up towards the ceiling, your shins 90 degrees with the ground, and the knees are trying to come down towards the ground from the side of your upper body, from next to your armpits. And then if you do this and your hips lifted, try to bring them down for a little bit, but we will go into a more relaxed way, more restorative happy baby. So you can close your eyes eventually, and then you can try to release here. So whatever your legs want to do, whatever it's their intention, make them go where they want to go and try to release. Holding it for 5 breaths. Relaxing again your face. Trying to not to be affected in a negative way if your mind starts to bring you into what's going to happen today, into the future or into the past. Letting it do whatever it wants to do, and then maybe asking it what is the next stop, challenging it to find even more topics for you to worry about. Maybe then you will find that there is nothing to worry about or to be sorry for in your past. Because at the end there is just present that is relevant. And slowly release your legs. Bring your knees to your chest. Again, rolling to the side wherever you have space. Maybe it's the right, maybe it's the left side. And then you can spend a little bit on your side. You can use your lower hand as a little pillow for your head, making yourself small. A small ball, small package, small box. Even tucking your head a little bit closer to your legs. And taking 2 breaths here. And slowly use your hands very lazily to pick yourself up, to find a seat again. Any kind of comfortable seat. And bring the palms together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. Keeping your eyes closed maybe. And bring your palms to your forehead, into your mouth, and back to your heart. And gratitude. Blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel better than you felt before this class. I hope though that you felt amazing already before, and now you feel like, it's like, nirvana. Let me know in the comments if you felt really good. You can always, what you can do. Like it and do everything that makes this class to be more popular within the internet algorithms. And yeah, I am doing this class every Friday. So if you catch it later and you want to do it online, it's every time at the same time. It's 4:30 in Central Europe, in most of the Europe, I believe, and PM. So that's very early in America and very late on the East. I don't know, I guess some part of the world is sleeping at this time, but yeah, it's always on Friday, so you can practice it on weekends. I'm always happy when you are here live, but I also appreciate everyone that does it later in the future. Thank you so much. I also have Zoom classes on Wednesdays if you want me to see you also. And for that, I guess there is a link in the description. I will try to edit there. Also, I changed my name, by the way. So if you are confused, it's Mishgung, but now it's just Lenka. So Lenka Minarik everywhere on the social media. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Bye.